how much money did you make in a day? We were talking about it earlier.
Profit was about $900 a day.
$900 in 1 day profit.
Yeah.
And we are live. So hello, my name's Will Schmar. I'm one of the co-founders here at Freedom Club. Today with me, I have the beautiful Diane. And this is, I don't know what number, maybe episode 7 of Success Stories. So for those of you who do not know what success stories are, I travel around Australia and I interview Freedom Club's most successful students. The reason I do this is to show people that real people are getting real results in hopes to just inspire you. Maybe Diane, for example, says something about her life story and you go, you know what? I can do this. I feel motivated. And you join e-commerce where it could potentially change your life. So that's my intro. How did I go?
Very good.
Yeah, you're
amazing. Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
So first of all, how are you? How are you feeling?
Nervous and excited.
Yeah.
Nervous to share, excited to share.
It's a bit like that. I myself, I get a bit nervous when on camera. It's a big deal. Already, I just want to thank Diane for making the effort of coming today. Like she said, she's feeling nervous and she's doing this to help you watching. So it's very serving. Now, before we get into Diane and her life and all the challenges she's faced and her success, I want to tell you a little teaser. So currently, as a mum with no previous e-com experience, she's doing $10,000 profit months. So let's go a bit into your life. Where are you from?
Originally from Melbourne and moved to Sydney just over a year ago. So we just packed our home and chucked the kids in the car and made our way to Sydney.
Okay, so just a year ago.
Yeah.
Before then, you spent your whole life in Melbourne?
Yeah.
Okay, so what prompted that move? Because that's a big deal.
Husband got a opportunity for work and we just said yes and we just went. Originally, we just thought it was going to be a short-term plan, but I think moving away from our really busy life in Melbourne and coming to a beautiful area in Sydney, he got stuck into work, I got stuck into the Freedom Club and our life has just changed for the better.
I just met Diane's husband and a beautiful son. They're so amazing. They're actually in the next room showing their support.
Yeah.
That's a massive move. So that was for your husband's work. Tell us about your work life. So obviously we know that you've got 3 children, right?
3 kids, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And how old are they?
Now they're 3, 5 and 6.
Okay, and Joseph's how old?
3.
So we've got Joseph here in the next room.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about your work life, because I know from my understanding a mum life is full-time, right? Just seeing my mum and my sisters, but tell us about your work life.
Before kids, I actually did run a business for about 9 years. Selling pet costumes.
Okay. You mentioned that earlier, that's right.
Yeah. So I did that for about 9 years. Prior to that, I was working for a boss and I said to myself, I'm never going to work for a boss again. There was just all stuff going on. Yeah. So I resigned and I started my little pet coat business. I did that for 9 years and towards the end, I got offered a job at a hotel and I sort of, shouldn't I? I thought, you know what, I'll do it just for the sake of sort of socialising with other people. So I did that while still running my business and having girls work for me as well.
You've got some entrepreneurial background here as well, right?
I guess so. Nothing like e-commerce though. It was, I used to go to expos and shopping centres and wholesale. I did have an online store, but someone built it for me and all I did was fulfill the orders and that's all I knew how to do.
Okay, so as far as e-commerce, the only experience was in fulfillment?
Yes. Right. Yeah. I didn't even... changing an image was too hard for me. I just pay someone to do it for me.
Yeah, well, there we go. Even changing an image. And by the way, how do you go changing images now?
With my eyes closed.
There we go.
And I wish I knew then what I know now, but that's okay. I went on and worked for someone else. And then I got pregnant with my first and they just treated me so bad when I got pregnant. So bad. And I had originally resigned a few months before and they literally begged me to come back.
Wow.
Please, look after you, this and that. So anyway, went back, got pregnant. They treated me really bad.
You did go back?
Yes, I had resigned from that job and then they asked me to come back. So I did. And then a few months later, I got pregnant and then they just started treating me so bad. And then I resigned and I said, I'm never working for a boss again. Then COVID hit and my business kind of just disappeared. Had my children, 3 in 3 years. So I was just busy doing that. And then up until 2 years ago, I said, what am I going to do with my life? I don't want to work for a boss. Yeah. So let's start searching. So I just started to look online. And once you start looking, your algorithm just floods you with all these people that can change your life. Yeah, then I come across the Freedom Club. The rest is history. Okay.
So I love that. So I'm curious. Now, a lot of people, they see our ads because, we spend a lot on ad spend all over Australia, every age demographic, basically. When you saw these ads, especially from us, like what were your first thoughts? And by the way, if these first thoughts are negative, that's okay. Like if you thought these guys are scammers, these guys are liars, this guy's teeth looks weird, whatever it may be, because someone has commented on my, I got them fixed though. Thank you, ecom. No, so yeah, like what were some of your thoughts when you saw some ads and
Originally, I was really, really close to signing up with some affiliate marketing guys, and they wanted like $8,000 or something. And they were not based in Australia. Their lives were like at 3 a.m. I'm like, I don't think that's going to work. But I was really invested. Sort of did like a 2-week free thing where I could sort of see if I liked it or not. But I was really invested and I wanted it. And then I came across another, I guess, online system, money-making system. And it was a mum and she was just saying, oh, you know, I related to her because she was a mum. And I think she was pregnant at the time and she was making money online. So I kind of started talking to her and I had a few meetings with her.
And you could connect because you're a mum as well, so.
Yeah. So I did a couple of phone meetings with her, went on to a couple of their lives. And it was one of those, what do they call them, where you got to sell a product and then, you know, you end up to like sort of like a pyramid type of thing. I don't know if they still use that word, but they're
just on that, people think that Freedom Club is a pyramid scheme. Can you tell them that we're not, please?
No, Freedom Club is your business for you.
Yeah.
You get to keep everything. And that's what I loved about the Freedom Club. Freedom Club came along. My husband actually saw it originally because he knew that I was searching and I was unsure and I knew that I was going to do something. I had no idea what I was going to do. Yeah, then he seen the Freedom Club, I think with is it Mitchell?
Yeah, Mitchell Orville. Yeah.
Yes, Mitchell Orville. So yeah, we just went from there, had my like meeting or something with
like an onboarding call,
onboarding call.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And the rest is history. Like I just said, yeah, these guys are the real deal.
So you said we're the real deal. What made you believe that we were the real deal?
One, because when I wanted to have a business that was mine, I didn't want to be part of a team.
Yeah. I get it.
I did it in a sense of, you know, I make money, then you get this. And then if I onboard someone else and then we get this, I just wanted to start a business. I know for my previous business, it was my business. I did what I want with it. And that's what I wanted, full autonomy, I guess. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
And then, I sort of chatted to, I think it was Hayden. Yeah. And I asked him a couple of questions. And Freedom Club was only about 6 months in by then.
Okay, yeah. So the early days.
Yeah. So, yes, asked him a few questions. You were young guys. I think my first email was like, hey, legend. I'm like, I think I'm too old for this. You know, it was kind of really like one of those.
Yeah. It's not legend, like he's a bit hip.
Yeah, I'm like, this is going to be a lie. There's like these young guys on the beach. I'm like, am I going to be able to do this?
But you still did.
Yeah, and I still did it because there was something about, I don't know, just something about the Freedom Club that was just different. Okay. And I knew it was different and it felt different and it is different. I just paid that money and I haven't looked back and I'm just like, I'm going to make this work. And it took me a long time because at this stage I had a 1-year-old, 3-year-old and 4-year-old.
And still managed.
Yeah. No kinder, no daycare, just me and these kids. Well, you know, my husband had just started his own business. We've just come out of COVID, still trying to, you know, resettle and stuff like that. And I just did it as I just through the cracks of my day.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So being a mum looking after 3 little ones, what advice would you give to other mums that might want to get into e-commerce but they're feeling overwhelmed with their day-to-day? They might think, I don't have enough time, I'm too stressed, which by the way is a completely reasonable way to feel. But is there anything you'd say to them to sort of...
If you want it, you just have to do it. You are like, my nearly 4-year-old still doesn't sleep through the night, but I still get up in the morning and I still put time aside and I still get hours in, whether they're having naps or whether they're asleep or whether it's a little bit earlier in the morning, where it's a little bit later at night. Just do it, because when I first started, I thought I'll just dabble and see how far I can get. And then you sort of launch and then you get a sale and the sale feels good and then once you start seeing a little bit of success, you start to get a little bit addicted to it. And it doesn't become like, I have to do this or I need to, this becomes like, I want to. And I think you have to really get yourself addicted to the game.
Okay, so you really need to want to do it, which that makes sense. You need the conviction. You also need to fall in love with it and get addicted to it, like you said. Once you joined, okay, so you had your call with Hayden. It sounded like, you know, both you and your husband were, really actively looking for something for you to do, which I think is really cool. You both sound like a great team.
Yeah.
Has he always been supportive with the e-commerce thing? Because I know some couples like trying e-commerce is like it's like this, you know, telling someone you're about to be a movie actor, or it's like this crazy thing.
Yeah, no.
But how did he handle it all?
Nah, he's been really good. I think he knew I needed some sort of outlet outside of changing nappies and making snacks and bath time. And he was really busy with his business. So he knew that I needed something outside of what I do as a mum, but also something that I can intertwine in my day. So I didn't have to drop my kids off anywhere to do this. I didn't have to. So now, like fast forward to today, this week, I've made a couple of $1,000s profit, and I didn't leave my kids for a second. And before we came here, my children left their drink bottles on the bench, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go and drop my drink bottles off to my kids. And on the way, I'm getting ching ching, and I'm like, I'm making money while I'm dropping my icy cold drink bottles to my children. So it's priceless. It's worth the sacrifice.
I obviously can't imagine being a mum. First of all, I'm a man. Second of all, I'm not at that stage in my life yet where I have children. I know that I've seen my mum as an example. I've seen my sisters as mothers, and I can see how hard it would be. When you were telling me that, you had the freedom to do this for your kids, it actually made me really emotional, because I imagine that the most important thing in your life, probably your children and your husband. By doing this, it sounds cliche. This isn't an advertisement. It's like, by doing this, you have more freedom to actually spend with your children and enjoy them. And it's like, what more do you want from life outside of being able to spend with your family?
100%. And if they're unwell, like so many times I just have one sitting on me, and the amount of times I've had my kids are napping in my arms while I'm working like this.
I can picture that so well for some reason.
Yeah. It's real. Like, it's real life stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not until you start making money, it goes from, there's a bunch of guys on the screen telling me that they're going to change my life, to like, oh my gosh, my life has changed. It can happen so quickly for some, and for others work a little bit harder. But if you want it so bad,
It will happen.
it will happen.
Let's talk about that, because, you're right. It goes from 3 strangers on a screen, okay? And maybe we can talk a certain way and hold ourselves in a certain way and develop trust, but it's not easy, because it's hard to trust people in general. It's hard to trust this industry, and it's hard to trust the videos online, because there's so much information out there. You ended up joining because, first of all, that's super courageous of you, okay? You joined, you had the courage.
Yeah.
And it's paying off, which we'll talk about your results more in detail soon. So during your e-commerce journey, once you joined Freedom Club, what are some challenges that you faced? Is there a certain part of the course that you really struggled with?
Everything.
Okay, but that's okay.
I didn't.
Even if you scare people off, just quickly, it is what it is. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And I didn't say it was easy. Did anyone say it was easy? You have to stick at it.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you stick at it, you're going to make money and change your life. But if you quit when it gets hard, well, I'm sorry, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah. No, this is me. This is Austin saying, okay, drag this file to here. And I'll be like, what do you
What's a
mean
file?
drag?
Nathan,
How do you drag a file?
I'm trying to touch the computer and it's...
Nathan, it's not working.
Just quickly, have you seen Zoolander?
Yes.
He goes, the files are inside the computer. And he smashes the computer because he thinks the file... That just reminds me.
That's me. And that's real life me. But no, and I see students coming in and they're like frantic over like the most simple thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. They're like, you're going to make it, buddy. You're going to make it. I remember I got stuck on, I think I had to like press like OK or enter or something like right at the bottom of the screen. I was stuck on it for about 4 days because my screen was zoomed in.
Oh, and you couldn't see the button. Okay, it happens.
Don't put that in. You can. That's me. Like that's where I come from, and I'm sleep deprived, and my kids don't. I had 3 kids at home. No one sort of to say, hey, can you come and help me? I really need to get whatever done.
How did you manage this? How did you all these mental hurdles which you're constantly going through with even some would say the simplest of tasks? I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
but
no, yeah.
What kept you going, honestly?
I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
I wanted it, and I could see students on the platform. I could see results, and I knew that it was going to work. And I think this product that's my winning product now. I ended up launching like 8 primaries, I think it was, and this is like 3 of them didn't even make it, so there was like 11. So I'm just like, okay, start over, and I'm like, this one's gonna work.
Wow, so you went through 8 primaries and 11 total products.
Yeah.
So just on that, okay, so what we teach is 1 primary product. This is your most expensive product, and then you'll have 2 complementary products, and they complement the product, upsell, cross-sell, whatever that may be. If your primary product doesn't work, this is the product that you're mainly advertising. So that means you need to shift and try another product. Sometimes you even have to change your brand. And this process can be pretty disheartening, right?
So, yes, that's exactly right. Because you kind of go, this is it. I've done everything. I'm going to launch my ads. And you try and it doesn't work. And then you keep trying and you change this and you go to the next coaching live, and the coaching calls are the best thing you can do for your business. Even if you feel like you're above that, Chris will still say something that, now I remember I was on.
Chris is one of our coaches, nicest guy.
Yeah, he's the best. I remember I was sitting working. I was just about to pick kids up from school.
Yeah.
And Emma had her website review on. And this was only a couple of months back. And I don't normally go on. I thought, I'll just hop on. And she said something. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to try that. Like, you just don't know what you're going to get, like what gem is going to drop. So
the coaching calls are pretty important.
They're the best. I say to my family, Tuesday and Thursday nights, mummy works. So that's my time where, from 7 p.m., hubby puts them to sleep. I can hear them, hear him getting them down, and I've got, I'm at my computer and I'm working on, those live calls. They're the best.
Yeah, I mean the live calls, I feel like some people can do things themselves. Some people can watch videos and they can work things out. But I feel like most need human support where you can ask someone a question and, get live feedback.
Yeah.
So you were talking about coaches. So now what are you doing for Freedom Club?
Coaching.
Yeah. So tell us about that experience.
It's nice. It's nice to help people. It's nice to see people reaching out for help as well, because I think it's so important. And it's nice to have all this experience behind me where I've tried so many things in so many different ways. Like you'll have someone who come in and they'll have like 500 variants of one item, and you'll be like, no, just pick 3. Trust me, I've been there. I've done it,
Yeah.
It's nice having people going into your DM saying, I made some changes and I'm making some sales.
Oh, that must be the most rewarding
feeling.
feeling.
It's so nice. So, yeah, just giving back, I guess.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, our coaches at Freedom Club, we have some people, everyone has e-commerce experience, but some are from, they've got their experience elsewhere. And then some have actually been students like Diane. And I just think that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's just the whole journey of it is so cool.
Yeah.
So I want to explain the tier system. Okay. So right now you're gold. So how it works is when you get your first sale, okay, we actually have a free challenge. So that free challenge is the whole goal is to get your first sale. It's without coaching, do it yourself videos, but basically you can become bronze, your first sale. Now, when you start doing $5,000 profit, not revenue, profit a month, you become silver. When you start doing 10,000 profit a month, you become gold, which Diane is now. Amazing. And then the next tier is when you're doing 30,000 profit months, you become blue. So let's talk about your results. First of all, when did you hit gold? How long ago was that? When you had your first $10,000 profit month?
It was end of August.
So that's recent.
Yeah.
And since then you've had, one of your best days was how much money did you make in a day? We were talking about it earlier.
Profit was about $900 a day.
$900 in one day profit.
Yeah.
Amazing. Isn't that, some people no, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or put any shame on other people, but people earn that a week.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, and that, yeah.
You earned it in one day.
It's pretty exciting. I mean, when I hit that milestone, I actually hit silver and then hit gold about 4 weeks later. And I was just learnt where to add fuel, where the fire was and adding the fuel and taking away all the sort of the conversion bleeds. And I was, fully invested because I had that goal set and I wanted it so bad. And then, we went on a little family holiday and kids got a little bit unwell. So kind of pulled back a little bit. And now I'm coming up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas. I'm starting to work on my emails.
Q4, by the way, the most exciting time of the year for e-commerce.
So I'm just sort of gearing up for that. I slowed down on my scaling, which is fine because I'm still making about $9,000 in a 30-day cycle anyway.
Yeah,
So it's fine.
Profit,
yes. And that's with me taking the kids away. That's with me saying, kids are not well, I'm just going to be with them. And just things have been happening. So now I can't wait for the next quarter.
I'm excited for you.
I almost wish we did this in a couple of weeks because I've got massive confidence that my business is just going to fly from here.
You know what? We can chat again.
Yeah.
And also, if this hasn't been edited and posted before then, I could, I could get you to send me something and we could clip it in. I'm excited for you as well for Q4. So I've got a couple more questions. So first of all, I don't know if you already mentioned, forgive me if I forgot, when did you join Freedom Club? It was 6 months after we started, right? So 2023, the end of 2023?
Yeah, November 2023.
Okay. Now, I think a lot of people would be wondering this, so I want to ask, how long did it take you to find success? Maybe not even your first sale, that's also a massive achievement. But when you started feeling like, cool, like,
Honestly, my first product was pretty good. So just how do you measure success, I guess? Like
yeah,
for
well, I mean,
me,
it's up to you, I guess.
yeah, for me, like my first product was good and I'd make a couple of $100 a week.
And how long did it take you to even get to that stage?
From signing up to launch, it took me about 4 months. It took me a long time.
Well, I mean, you're like we've been speaking about, you're balancing your 3 kids. You're
Yeah.
only just squeezing in time to work on it.
Yeah.
But you still, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was like the Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. Not that my kids had holidays back then, but it was sort of the Christmas season, me learning how to not be too zoomed in to find the OK button, So
Yeah.
about 4.5 months from sign up to launch. And then, I started getting orders almost straight away. It was a good primary, it had a good complementary, which I think finding a very good complementary is one of your key things to success.
There's a nugget. Is that one of the biggest pieces of advice you'd give to other students?
Find a primary with a good complementary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how that works, by the way, so you want it to feel like you need your complementary product for your primary product. So it's not like they're in like the same niche. It's like you almost feel like one's the battery for the thing. Not quite that, but you get the example. And then when your complementary really goes with your primary, people spend more because they buy both, and then your average order value is higher.
Yeah.
And then it's easier to scale your ads. So that's a really nice piece of advice.
Yeah.
I've got another question as well, actually. If you were to go back, like forget about this whole regret thing, what would you change? Like, I get it. Like you are where you are, I am where I am. Life has been by design. We're both Christians. We both believe that whatever happens in our life is meant to be. I still want to ask, if you were to go back, is there anything that you would change that would maybe help students that are like watching this right now, or maybe people who have never got into ecom? Is there something where you're like, shit, like I really shouldn't have done that?
Shouldn't have or
shouldn't have, like, or something that you should have, like, is there something that you would change your journey that's quite impactful?
Follow the formula, because
Okay.
I think that's what I did a lot. I think I just used to veer off and do my own little thing a lot.
Okay.
And I'm like, at this point, I was probably about 15 months in.
Okay.
I said, right, I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough. And I scaled back in my head. I said, okay, back to the beginning. So I went back and I watched Austin's videos where he was sort of critiquing some business landing pages. His formula is so simple. Why have I got so much noise happening on my landing page? We're cutting this out, we're cutting this out, we're cutting this out.
Yeah.
And it was hard because you work so hard to get even just a chart up and looking good and fitting in, deleting that. I'm keeping it simple, upping my reviews. And it was just like ching, 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 ching. And I just hit silver and then just like, oh, hang on, this is working.
Yeah.
So I kept that and I just sort of started to scale a little bit, and he was just like, ching, 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 gold. And it's like, I've got it.
Yeah.
Austin's formula works.
So that and Austin is one of my co-founders. It's myself, Austin, and Josh.
I should say the freedom
No.
formula works.
You're saying one of the most important things is to actually follow the steps.
Yes.
Follow the program
Yes.
and not veer off.
Yes.
So I feel like this is an interesting one because everyone has their own perspective and their own creativity. I think it's important to channel that, but at the same time, what we teach, it works.
Yeah.
So more often than not, if you follow the program, it will work for you.
And I even see it as like as a coach, people sort of bring in their own thing, and it's great, it's fine. And every brand is going to need something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Every product is going to need something a little bit different, but you still have to follow the program. It's been tested and tried and it works.
Yeah.
So there's no point of making it up yourself. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I just like the product that I've got now has got so many benefits, and I just wanted to tell everybody about everything.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work like that.
Okay, so we've established a lot. I feel like, we've gone over your background, the challenges you face, the success you've had. Let's talk about the present and the future, okay? So right now your store is doing the best it's ever done. So we're talking in a really exciting time. And we did say before that if we talk after Q4, you're probably going to have even more incredible results. What's your future plans with this? Is this something that you see yourself doing for the next 5 to 10 years, or what are your
This
plans?
is something I see myself doing forever. This is something I see my children doing.
That's powerful.
Unless they really want to go to university, go for it. But as soon as they're 12, we're getting on that laptop and we're going to start building little businesses, and we're going to live free
Yeah.
because this is literally freedom. Like
it makes me emotional.
I never have to work for a boss again.
Yeah.
None of
Yeah.
this getting pregnant and then getting treated like rubbish because, you can't do what you used to do. And, my pregnancies were all high risk and stuff like that.
wow.
That doesn't matter. And I can drop my
Goosebumps.
kids' drink bottles off and give them nice cold icy water. And on the way there, as I'm walking there, I'm earning money.
It's just empowering.
Yeah.
You've proven to yourself you can do this. So
Yeah, it's good. And, I've noticed a lot of mums hopping on the platforms. Go, mum, smash it. Like, you're going to smash it because as a mum, like, your children are everything. They're everything. And it's like you're hearing so many things going on in the world and you kind of get a bit nervous letting go of your kid, rightfully so. For us, putting our kids in anyone's care was always a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
So we sacrificed a lot. But now I get to be with my kids and not sacrifice anything. You want to go on a 2-week holiday? Let's go. You want to buy this? Let's do it. Not in a way to spoil them, but it's like we've got that freedom to live however we want. We live in a beautiful suburb of Sydney. My kids are in a beautiful school. And it's just, it's like the sacrifice was there for a very short time. And they're like, I'm not going to lie. I cried at my computer many times. And there are times where I'll be like, oh, my landing page is awesome. Chris is going to love it. And he'll be like, nah, I wouldn't buy from that. I'm like, what do you mean?
That's a bit of tough love right there.
Yeah, and I love that. And I love that he's got that wisdom. And, I built that relationship with him because I'm just like, every week I'm at him, every week I'm at him, every week I'm at him. So, and he knew he could, sort of say that to me. And I'm so grateful for him. And I'm so grateful that he did do that because he knows I need that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are.
I've got like one last little thing, and then I would really love you to give some advice to people watching. Let's talk about teenagers, okay? Now, right now, you go to school and you go to university, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you want to become a doctor or a lawyer. You need to go through certain channels. But the thing, what I'm excited about is especially young boys, young girls learning something like this. It just can completely change their life because when you get into e-commerce, it's not just e-commerce dropshipping. You're learning how to market, how to understand a customer, how to create a website, how to create a trusting brand, how to email market, Facebook market, Google market. And the confidence it gives you as an individual, I feel like if both of us could have learnt that when we were teenagers, I mean, how amazing would that have been? And now, you're in that position where you can teach your kids, and even all the young people in my life, it's like, if they say to me, hey, Will, like, what advice would you give me? I would say, get into e-commerce. That would be my advice. Start learning it. Why wouldn't you? So that's my advice to everyone. But if you had to say, you can take as long as you want. You could be talking to the mothers out there. You could be talking to anyone. Is there anything that's in your heart or on your mind that you'd like to say to people watching? I feel like the game has changed. It's not changing. I really feel like it has actually changed. And trading your time for money is just not, it's just going to keep you where you are. Even if you become a CEO, like we've got people in the program that are making more money than a CEO. And I've seen mums. I'm trying to think of her name. I haven't seen her on the platform for a while. And I wish I looked her up before this, but she just jumped on once and said, I've made 365,000 and she's just disappeared. I haven't seen her on the platform for a while. I'm like, what do you mean? I would be shouting that from the rooftops. I'm a bit of a loudmouth in that sense, Yeah.
But there are people that are killing it. So the game's changed, and it sort of makes me a little bit sad. Sort of I see sort of mums, school mums or whatever, and they'll say, I wish I could spend time with my kids. You can, you have to learn. If you don't know this skill, you have to learn it. And the beauty about the Freedom Club, I literally feel like the program held my hand and said, press this button, Diane. I'm like, oh, okay. And you can just pause and you can go and you can, break it down. You can slow it down and you can take your time. You just take your time. And like I said, I hit gold, but then I thought, no, I'm going to take my kids on a holiday. So we went on a 2-week break and it was fine. So you don't have to work for a boss anymore. The time's changed.
Amen. Okay, well, thank you, Diane. I honestly just, I feel like, especially this interview, but I get so emotional because it's just freedom, where life is designed to be enjoyed, to have peace, to be with our loved ones, not to be, this is a strong word, but not to be a slave to other people. Being told when we can go to the toilet, and when we can take holidays, like, oh my gosh, I feel like that is plenty for everyone. I would just like to say thank you so much. Again, you're going out of your way to help others. You were nervous at the start. Now I feel like, you're a natural. I'm sure everyone's going to agree you've done amazing.
Thank you.
Myself, my business partners, Austin and Josh, we appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're so excited for you to hit blue. And, to have another chat and talk more about your results. And we're just really grateful. And everyone listening, thank you so much. And I really hope that there's just something in here that helps at least one of you, because this is why we do it. And yeah. All right. Well, this is Success Stories. I'm pretty sure episode 7. You know what? Let's hit the wide angle right now. So Success Stories is now finished. Thank you so much. I'm Will Schmar. This is Diane.
Bye.
And we'll see you later. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.